So let's have a look at the event system of Particle Playground. And the event system, you'll find it in the inspector in a tab called Events. You can create new events from here. You'll see a thing called Broadcast Type, which is by default set to target. You can specify event listeners, and you can also specify to both have target and event listeners. And what an event actually is that it's a way of making particles talk to other particle systems, which is named as a target here. Or any game logic, you may have to listen to what happens to particles during runtime, and that is the event listeners. And they can be sent to the playground manager as well, the delegate there. So you can have several particle systems, and you can listen to just one event delegate over on the playground manager. So for this little video guide, we're going to walk through the target type. So this asks us to specify target, and we don't have another particle system yet. So let's create another one. And we could name that to event to just keep things separated. And drag the event over here. And it will ask us if we want to switch to script mode. So let's switch. And what the event is currently doing is that it's sending particle information onto the other particle system assigned here, which will make a scripted emission call. And depending on the type specified, right now it is specified by birth, and the position and velocity and the color is specified as user. We could set this to particle, and if we were to change the position here, you'll see that the birth tags along the transform here, where the birth position is for the particle playground system, which is sending the event. Let's change this to death instead, and you'll see that it starts to create these birth positions or emission calls from the particle death position. And you can also have collision, which will create emission calls for when a particle system collides or particle collides. And you can have timed events. And what we should do is to increase particle count here. So let's do that, because it starts to reuse particles. We didn't have enough for the actual event call. So that is how that works. And the position can be set to either user, particle, or source. All of these, how the particles get their properties actually. And so the source is basically the source position created. So it will send the source information here. So the source here would be the initial velocity for this particle playground system sent over to the event system. And if we were to set this as a user, we can specify this ourselves. So if you want to know how the event listeners work for the event system, you can have a look in the examples folder, example scenes, and then you'll find this example scene called event listener. This is a really basic setup where each of these cubes will listen to the particle event happening and start to rotate when the particles hit. There's also a feature where you can disable this, the listeners. And this is a script found on each cube called Playground Event Listener, which basically is all about assigning your function to, or a listener to, the event delegate. So have a look at this script to get to know how to work with assigning game logic to your events. I hope you enjoyed this video, and thanks a lot for watching.